Hey everybody, welcome back to Falcon Falls. So, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty well. You see, we're looking at this neighborhood we built last episode, the grungy neighborhood we built, and we did a bunch of other stuff last episode, but today is the airport. Finally, it's here. So, I've been putting this off for a while. I mean, I wanted to wait until towards the end of the series, which, I mean, we're actually sort of at now. This is almost the end of the series, actually. You should expect maybe another month's worth of episodes at this point. I'm not even kidding, we're almost done. Yeah, I mean, all we have to do, I posted this to-do list thing to Twitter. All we really have to do is, you know, nuclear power plants over by the harbor, fill in the harbor area, prison, trailer homes, and just a bunch of rural neighborhoods. And we're pretty much done. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do the rural neighborhoods and stuff in bulk. So it's going to be a lot of the same throughout. So it shouldn't take too long. I want to just do that in, you know, just max 4 episodes. I want to be done with this. But yeah, this airport is all going to be one episode here. There's no part 2, no part 3, one episode. So yeah, just lots of stuff going on here. And I had many issues building this airport, just lots of problems, which, I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, you may know about. So they're sort of fixed now, and I just like to thank Bisquigelhausen for helping me fix those, because I was working, you know, I spent like 10 hours trying to fix my issues, and then, you know, I couldn't figure it out. But then apparently it was like mostly a plane path issue, and I got rid of 2 of the 4 runways. So that first clip with me building the runways there is completely different from what we actually have in the end. But I guess similar layout-wise, except we just don't have 4 runways, we just have 2. Yeah, point is, thanks to Jay for helping me fix everything, and it's generally all working as planned now. I mean, I'm still having some issues where planes will take off weirdly or land weirdly, but it's pretty much all I can do. I mean, I've just spent so much time, and generally it works pretty well. There probably won't be any live gameplay in this video, but we're gonna have like 3 minutes of cinematics just showing you absolutely everything. So if you miss anything, just stay tuned for those. I just don't want to spend too long, you know, on like a live gameplay for this episode. Decided to change the format up a little bit. But moving forward, let's just talk about the time-lapse a little bit. So, you know, you see I'm placing these parking garages and parking lots and stuff. We're detailing this one over by the terminals right now. I used the curb props a lot, and I used different combinations of foliage, like, you know, on the curbs. I used a lot of lantanas, you know, in some of them, and you see I'm using the ploppable asphalt mod, which just came out last week by Ronix. Which is pretty much lets you make like dark parking lots and custom roads and stuff almost. It's really, really cool. So you definitely have to check that out, because you can set the asphalt to be a certain brightness or even color, because it's, you know, just RGB. And you get asphalt props that you can just place around your map with prop line tool, whatever, and they change, you know, with the color changes that you make, and it's just really great, because they don't actually you know, stop rendering once you've, you know, zoomed out, so it just looks sort of normal. I mean, they're sort of glitchy once you've zoomed out, but that's maybe that's only because of the mod I'm using, the enhanced zoom continued, so I don't know if it's meant for that or whatever, but the point is, really, really amazing. You see the dark parking lots, they just look really, really nice, so yeah. We also did have a live stream last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, actually, I believe. Right before the last episode came out. We built this huge interchange at the entrance to the airport, which looks great. I don't know if you'll see it. You'll probably see it in some of the cinematics, but, you know, since I'm not doing the live gameplay, won't be showing that off too much. But yeah, it was a really fun stream, so thanks to everybody who joined us for that. It was definitely a lot of fun. I want to stream even more, you know, coming up. So currently we're detailing the shoreline of the area around the airport, and particularly the runway over here, or one of the 2 runways. But yeah, so this area is sort of across from downtown. I built a little cove in here, or rather terraformed a little cove, and I think it looks great. I mean, you'll see it in cinematics, I think. But yeah, so placing some of these mountain ash trees, I really like using those. I've been using those so much recently. They just actually add like way more than you'd think. Also, one thing I'd like to sidetrack and say, if you have not tried it already, you definitely have to try high depth of field. So I don't mean like a high setting of depth of field. So depth of field, you know, in game, you can have the option to put a setting on which will blur things in the distance, or, you know, just etc. But there's 3 settings. There's legacy, which I've usually used at a pretty high setting, which pretty much blurs a lot of things just to make it look really realistic. So even stuff that's really in your direct field of view is just quite blurred, so almost everything is blurry, which is sort of annoying sometimes. And then there's disabled, which pretty much doesn't blur at all, makes everything look really crisp. Then there's normal, which gives you sort of a normal blur, but this high setting is like a better version of normal. So you definitely have to try it out, because it just blurs things in the distance so much better, and it focuses objects really well. And I don't know, point is, I'm a nerd, and you definitely should try that. So moving forward, I'm using some of these new... Okay, so I need to give a shout out to somebody who's been making some absolutely incredible bushes and grasses recently. So P. Delmo on the Steam Workshop has been making an absolutely incredible set of grasses and bushes recently. So they're like... Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Mason, but they've surpassed your grasses as my favorite. Like, just absolutely incredible. So, you'll see in a moment, I'm going to make some gigantic meadows with them, and they're decently low try. Like, my favorite ones are actually 300 tries, and they cover, like, even a bigger area than Mr. Mason's small, like, shorter grass clusters. These are the larger grass clusters. They're, like, 800 tries. I mean, you're still going to lag, like, by placing, like, a lot, but when you see some of these other bushes, like... are by P. Delmo as well. I figure a lot of them are based on some native Australian foliage, because it seems like P. Delmo likes to base a lot of stuff off that. But yeah, it looks absolutely incredible. So I'll link the workshop you can find those on in the description. You definitely need to check, you know, that P. Delmo's workshop out. Just some crazy good foliage, which if you don't have already, you definitely need to have, because it just, I'm not even gonna lie, this transforms the way I'm gonna play the game from now on. Like, you can just make, like, I don't know, I haven't actually shown some of these grasses that are my favorites yet. I didn't use them in this little area to the right of where we're working right now. But you'll see them in a moment. But yeah, so I gotta stop sidetracking. So what we're working on right now in the time lapse is a set of hangars over across from the terminals. So yeah, like I had some mirrored behind them, which I decided didn't really look that good. So I got rid of those, and instead I placed some jumbo jets parked over there. Just like I could have those in some place at the airport. So this airport is not too realistic, but I've spent so much time on it already, I really can't be bothered. Like the taxiways, like there isn't enough area. There isn't enough space near the terminals to, you know, have across from the taxiways and stuff, just some big planes parked, because the way I designed things, and I tried to change it, and it just didn't work, because then it was messed up again, and this is like after I'd fixed the airport. So I don't know, point is, it's not that realistic, this whole airport, but I think it's manageable, and I don't know, I think it's fine. It just looks really, really nice in the end, so that's all that matters, really. I mean, sometimes when the planes are, sort of going next to the terminals, you know, on the taxiways, they'll clip the prop planes that I placed at the terminals just to add some, you know, detail, but I don't know. It's really hard to make flawless airports in this game, and this is nowhere near flawless, which I really do think I can excuse myself for, because I don't know. I'm just trying to focus on detail more than anything, and how it functions I'm not as worried about, and I've spent so much time on it I can't really be bothered. But yeah, so just working on the cargo terminals over here on the other side of the airport now, placing a distribution center behind the cargo terminals over here. So there's a DHL and a FedEx cargo terminal area, so I didn't give FedEx a distribution center, but DHL's got a distribution center behind, and I used Avania's distribution center assets for that, which are really, really great. So yeah, definitely check those out. But yeah, these cargo terminal assets I'm not too much of a fan of, these main buildings, because the logos are like stretched, and the textures are not done too well, and I don't know. They're not terrible, but they're not ideal. But I don't know. I'm sort of okay with it. They look pretty nice. So yeah. Anyway, detailing with some of these lines, some of these newer lines in the workshop. Somebody's been making a lot of line packs for road lines and parking lines, so you should definitely check those out if you haven't already. And also these barriers are by that same person, so like a lot of barriers universalized into like one pack, which is really cool. But yeah, so I'm just placing some cones around the DHL planes and just using Move It to copy paste them, and I'll do the same thing with the FedEx ones. And also, I'd like to thank Taser, or Taser here. If you don't know his channel, definitely check it out. He makes similar videos to mine. He's working on a brand new European city series, by the way. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. So yeah, he helped me so much with this airport. We've been talking a lot, and this wouldn't have been possible without him. I mean, I figured it out, but he really did help with everything. Like you see right now, I'm placing these runway markings. He guided me through the whole thing. So if these make no sense, the runway markings, blame him. Sorry, but yeah, I really don't know how these all work, but he's somewhat of an aviation nerd, so he was able to help me. So hopefully they're half realistic, and the numbers I think are like taken from a different airport, but I don't really know what they mean in the first place. So the point is, I don't know too much about airports, and I got some help. So thanks Bisquiggle and Taser. So yeah, moving forward, yeah, I'm using a lot of these grasses by the taxiways just to make the whole area look really overgrown. I might have gone a little overboard, but I just think it adds so much depth, and I mean, you'll see in the cinematics. You'll be happy with it in the end. And I went completely nuts with decals on the, concrete areas that generally look very barren in airports because, there's so much concrete. But yeah, I just placed a bunch of decals. Like, I just went crazy with the new stains decals from Ronix and stuff like that. So right now I'm actually placing some regional jets, just parking them there, trying to add a little area like that, just with some parked regional jets and some props around them and stuff. I don't know, like, since this isn't fully realistic, I just wanted to go for a little bit of everything for this airport, and I think it ended up looking pretty good, so I'm really fine with the outcome. So yeah, just placing some dashed lines to section areas off, and just placed a little guard station there, and I'll place some various props and decals and stuff over here. Wasn't exactly sure what to do, but I think it ended up fine. I mean, I'm just spamming the stains decals, or the newer stains decals from Ronix, and the road damage ones. They're really, really great. And then I used some of the poppable asphalt props to make some larger asphalt areas. And you see I'm like in this little area right here. I couldn't resist. I mean, this is just the most cliche thing at this point with Cities Skylines airports, but just adding a little, some sort of construction area with gravel and decals and junk and stuff, and like a big light in the middle of a large area. So I had to do it. It just adds a lot, though. I mean, it's just so cool. But yeah, moving forward, placing some luggage carts and stairs and stuff to this area, the area with the regional jets. And okay, so these grasses that I'm placing right now are my favorite grasses in this game, period. they're absolutely incredible. They're called the forest floor, I think forest floor patch or something by P Delmo. So yeah, check out his workshop in the description. But look at these; they're absolutely incredible. They're only 300 tries. They add so much, and now I'm placing some of those other ones. Just doing a variety of these and the just the grass ones. But these are just absolutely incredible. You need to check them out. They're just so nice, and my favorite grass by far at this point. So yeah, anyway, just adding a little service road around there. I connect it to the area at the actual airport, you know, with the one-ways and stuff, whatever. So now this area behind the distribution center, I just decided to place a bunch of containers and stuff, and yeah, just these new Avanya containers are just absolutely incredible, and I just tried to make different collections of them, or like different lines of them, different sets. So like, I mean, I had the pack one in the first area, so it's just different containers in each area. And yeah, so behind this distribution center, I mean, other than this little lot here, I made the forest area really overgrown, as you can see, with some of these grasses and sheds and other beard monkey props. I believe just use those. Yeah, just placing some fences, some of these new beard monkey fences. They're absolutely incredible, so check them out. Amazing texture and stuff. So yeah, I decided to use those there, and yeah, just doing various stuff with decals and the lot back here. Just placing some skid mark decals and mud and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the new Ronix decals, the you know, 1 decal a day things. A lot of them I can't use yet because a lot of them are like slabs and stuff that I won't be using in this series, just because my concrete is already like sectioned off with the actual texture. But in my next series, I won't actually be using a texture like this. I'll be placing you know, the slab decals themselves, rather than just having it be in the, you know, the global texture. So that'll be fun, just because, you know, like if your grid is a certain direction and it's just facing a certain way, then the concrete just looks really weird because it's just all facing a way that would not make sense. Yeah. Anyway, so using Move It to copy paste these grasses all over the place. Once again, I think I might have gone a little overboard, but they look so nice in the end. Like you're gonna see in just a moment. I think we've got, let's see how much time we have left in the time lapse. We've got about 2 to 3 minutes left, and yeah, it should be fun though, because like these cinematics, you'll see I spent a lot of time on them, and they came out great. So yeah, placed this Hyatt hotel here. I wanted to put a hotel in the airport plaza area, and I figured this Hyatt would be best. I ended up switching it to the darker version in a minute, just because, I mean, I had a lighter version on the other side of the map, so I figured why not just use the darker version. Looks cool as well. So yeah, you'll see I'll switch that in just a moment. And oh yeah, that little parking lot thing is by Core 79. It's one of the newer parks Core 79 put out, which is pretty cool. I've been using that a little bit, and just for convenience and stuff. Oh, but yeah, these grasses, just look at that. They add so much, honestly. It's crazy. So yeah, in just a moment, you're gonna see I'm gonna do something really weird. So I wanted to add a little walkway to the area next to the hotel, but you see, I wanted it to have you know, curves. So you see all those props, those are each individual curb props, because I used prop line tool to place them, and they're just clipped really close together so I could get nice curves. So yeah, very low FPS, but it's already so low I couldn't care less. But yeah, anyway, just gonna add some more grasses and stuff. I placed some commercial buildings, just some shops, in the airport plaza area. I don't know if it's that realistic, but I'm going for something pretty unconventional in the first place, so I thought it was okay. And just, wow, these grasses just bring everything together. Like, I mean, honestly, they're a game changer. That's why I'm saying they're literally a game changer for me. Like, you know, like a Find It type mod. You know, they're just a game changer for me. They add just so much to the game. So yeah, just P-Delmo, thank you so much for making these. But yeah, we're in the final stretch of the time lapse. We've got about one more minute left, and then we'll be going to the cinematics, and the video will be over, which is sad. But you know, I wanted to try a different sort of format for this episode and not do any live gameplay, and really focus on showing everything off in the cinematics. And I don't know, I may continue that. I mean, at least for some episodes, because I don't know, but like for the future. As I said, you know, those things we need to build, I told you before. Then I want to do, for the final episode, I want to do a huge live city tour, and then some cinematic videos separately, just to finish the series off, which should be in like a month or two. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It really is appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'd recommend you hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button, because you can get notified whenever I upload and be early to every video, be on the notification squad. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. The link's in the description. I really recommend it. Post a lot of teasers, talk about workshop items, stuff like that. You definitely want to be there. Can't say that enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed. Enjoy a few minutes of cinematics. I'm really happy with how these came out, so really enjoy these. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.